What's up, y'all? This is Francisco once again with Covenant Dispatch LLC, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see in the title, I wanted to basically answer this question and kind of get it out the way. You don't see too many people talking about it because either they don't know the answer to it or they just try to avoid it at all costs just because of the controversy that comes with it. So the question is independent freight dispatching legal or illegal? So I actually printed out an article so we can just answer the question directly, but I want you to see why it is legal. So in this article, it kind of explains, the title of the article is talking about the dangers of freight dispatchers. So obviously whoever created this article is extremely biased when it comes to independent freight dispatchers, which means they probably had a bad experience or something like that. So let me just read through it. It says, the FMCSA defines who can receive compensation from freight movement in Title 49, Part 371.2. A. Broker means a person who for compensation arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. Now, just to place it into perspective, remember the FMCSA is the entity that at a federal level governs anything that has to do with federally regulated commodities that are being transported either interstate or intrastate, right, within the United States. Now, they're the ones who come up with the laws and regulations and things of that nature. So Title 49, Part 371.2, Section A says that a broker is a person who for compensation arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. Then it goes on to say, bona fide agents are persons who are part of the normal organization of a motor carrier and perform duties under the carrier's directions pursuant to a pre-existing agreement which provides for a continuing relationship, precluding the exercise of discretion on the part of the agent in allocating traffic between the carrier and others. In other words, what they're basically saying is the FMCSA is saying, listen, if you are considered a bona fide agent for that carrier, then you are good to go ahead and dispatch, right? You're good to be able to dispatch without having a broker license, right? So a broker is one who, for compensation, arranges or offers to arrange the transportation of property by an authorized motor carrier. But a motor carrier can have a bona fide agent or an employee or anybody who, per the definition, anybody who performs duties under the carrier's directions pursuant to a pre-existing agreement. So here's where the gray area is. If you're an independent freight dispatcher, that's why you have a carrier packet and you have your carrier sign that. Because once you're in that agreement, you are now considered an independent contractor advocating for that carrier, which by definition, per the FMCSA, makes you a bona fide agent, which allows you to then go ahead and dispatch for them. And the reason why I can confirm that is because later in this article, it says that the FMCSA calls a bona fide agent as a person engaged in the daily activity of the trucking company, meaning this would be an employee doing the work on behalf of the carrier. Then it goes on to say, dispatchers do not work for these trucking companies under normal circumstances and in most cases have never met the trucking company personally. Dispatchers are acting as bona fide agents but are changing fees and arranging the transport of freight on behalf of the carrier and collect a percentage for this service, right? And it basically goes on to say dispatchers basically aren't really working with the carrier. They're just acting as their own entity and they're doing what they want. When in reality, if you've either started a company already, if you're watching this video and you started an independent dispatch company already, freight dispatch company, or if you're already doing it, you understand that you are very well a part of the duties of that company. You actually play a huge part to that carrier's operations, daily operations, because you're booking them loads, you're invoicing for them, whatever services you offer. But per the FMCSA, you are considered a bona fide agent, and as long as you have an agreement with that company stating that you're performing specific duties, you are well within your legal right to be able to dispatch. And so I hope that answers somebody's question. If you came across this video and you know somebody that's struggling with that question, please share this video with them. So also, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos that I post.